Hey Lock fam, it is Zenlinus81. I wanted to talk quickly, I don't want to ramble, a little bit about like what it is to be a hairstylist with locks, like how it's a little bit different than having loose hair, especially when you're in the natural hair community. People have already mentioned that online within the natural hair community, if you're not a part of the lock community or the dread community specifically, and you're just a part of the natural hair community and you have locks, a lot of the time you're excluded because they just think that your hair is not as versatile. And when they talk about natural hair, they're referring to loose natural hair and they are forgetting or leaving out people with locks. Like locks are so different. But when it comes to the hair industry, I knew I wanted to work with natural hair, as opposed to like mixed hair and Caucasian hair and straight hair, like curly hair, kinky hair, natural hair. That's what I've always been drawn to. That's what I wanted to work with. So surprisingly enough, no one was really discriminated against me, client-wise, for having locks. I do get questions a lot. I get a lot of positive feedback. The only negative feedback I get, and this is very mild, it can't even be considered negative, is people will sometimes give me the reasons why they can't have locks. They would be like, well, I would have locks, but they wouldn't be appropriate for where I work, or I wouldn't be able to um to comb my hair, or I would get bored of them. And that's everyone's like personal preference and personal opinion, so that really doesn't bother me too much. The only thing that kind of okay, so there was an ABA show, a beauty show, Allied Beauty Network hair show the other day in Toronto. And first things first, when I got there with my friend who's a hairstylist as well, we were pretty early. It was a Sunday and we got there like 9 a.m. So there were a lot of people there, but we were the only two black women, to be honest. So people are looking at me a lot. And part of me wants to believe that it is because of my hair. But people are walking around with like platinum silver hair and pop pink hair and crazy hair because they're all hairstylists. So it was probably because we were only two black women, to be honest. And as the day went on, I noticed that a lot of the women were dressed or looked similar. Like when I was in hair school, the outfit had to be head to toe black. So most women would wear like black leggings and then they'd wear their little fashion boots and a black top, and then they would dye their hair like some reddish color or have chunks in it. And to be honest, a lot of women, even though they weren't students, they looked like that. They all had their little leggings and skinny jeans and fashion boots, and they all had pieces of color in their hair, or their entire head would be like bright red or burgundy, or they just all looked alike. And it was a turnoff. Like at first I was like, these women, they have like, they're trying to be individuals, they're trying to stand out, but they all look alike. Like it's just so, it's like a formula for looking like a hairstylist. They all look like tools. But then when I left, I started thinking about myself. I'm like, people probably look at me and they don't see a hairstylist. Like if I had some kind of funky color, like if I had an ombre and it was like plum or purple on the top and like burgundy on the bottom, something really eye-catching, people would kind of recognize me as a hairstylist and not look at me like, well, she doesn't do much to her hair, so she doesn't like fit the bill to me. So I got to Color Bug and I was really looking into some different colors, some funky colors. Like I've always been drawn to Shaka Khan's color. Shaka Khan does have that hair I just mentioned, the plum and the burgundy. And then I just decided, you know what? No. Number one, I pride myself on like a healthy lifestyle, a natural lifestyle. So it's perfectly okay for me to grow my hair long and have long, healthy looking natural hair. And that's not going to happen if I lighten my hair. I know from experience because I've lightened my hair before. I've had like bleached locks, I've had the back red. The most healthy looking hair, in my opinion, for me is just to have a natural looking color. And number two, my hair is just, I don't want to call it a hot mess right now. It looks okay. But if I were to color my hair, that's just added stress. My hair is like, it's jet black right now because I colored it jet black, but my natural hair, I do have gray hair and it's growing in a lot more and a lot more frequently now, like this past year, because I've been aging or under stress or something. I have more gray hair basically. So I have gray hair. My natural hair color is off black in this weird dark brown plumish color. And then I'm coloring my hair black, so when it grows out, it's gonna look awkward. Like I don't want to deal with having to color my hair all the time. I want to grow out this black color, like let it fade. And then when I get my hair done, like if I want to cover the gray, I'm going to do it in a natural black. So I just want to keep it simple. The only reason that color bug hit me is because I was looking at those women and I was telling myself stuff to try to fit in or try to make myself look like an image that doesn't really line up with like my values. And I felt like putting it out there. Like a lot of people with locks feel like they have to color their hair just to show that they can do something with their hair, or just to like show their personality more. But like your locks really do represent your beliefs and your personality already. There's not much you can do, especially with hair mine like really thick hair that gets a lot of attention. It's like, why would I need it to be some funky color to like garner even more attention and take even more attention away from my face? Because believe it or not, people, they do not look at my face a lot of the time. I was working with a lady, and like 2 months into being there, I had my hair back one day and she's like, "Oh, you have a pretty face. I didn't notice because your hair's always down." So she's basically saying that like whenever she looks at me, all she does is see my hair. So, you know, your hair can be an asset, but at the same time, if it already is an asset, just recognize that and don't go overboard. You don't really need to. So that's basically it. I've been rambling a little bit, but I hope that some people can relate as far as like having locks and feeling like they have to do extra things to like express themselves or whatnot, and extra things not to get bored of their hair or to prove that their hair has versatility to it. So I go through that too, but it all comes down to like why I started my locks and what my beliefs are, and just a simple, healthy lifestyle is good for me, and I want my hair to represent that as well. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.